up there, that wooded area, that's one of the poor patches, and these were created following the Enclosure Act of 1771, I think it was. And before that, there'd been common land and wasteland, and there was the strip field system, whereby, you know, people in the village would have little strips of land which they'd farm, but they'd be disparate, they wouldn't necessarily be together. And with the advent of the agricultural revolution and improved farming practices and improved understanding of farming, clearly that system became increasingly inefficient. So the Enclosure Act sort of bunched it all together and meant that landlords would sort of basically created the farms that you get today, you know, proper farms of numbers of hundreds of acres or whatever. And so the poor patches were created so that poor people still had places where they could forage for wood, for furze, or as it's called down here, but otherwise known as gorse, and hawthorn and other bits of wood, and this still exists here. These were created in the 1790s in Broadchalk. There were 3 of them, 10, 8 and 6 acres. This is a 6-acre one, and handed over to, initially kind of run by the Earl of Pembroke, because all the poor patches were on farms that he owned, but then later handed over to the parish council, in this case in 1894 in Broadchalk. And the parish council still owns them to this day, although they're kind of leased out for other things because people don't really need them for foraging for faggots of wood anymore. But they do still exist.